Good evening. I'm not going to do my usual introduction this evening. This video is about my personal health issues. It'll be clearly labeled as that, and if you clicked on it, then I'm sure that you know me or have at least watched a couple of my videos previously, and you already know who I am. So no introduction really is necessary. Since becoming a booktuber, I've had to sometimes discuss difficult subjects when I've reviewed or discussed books. Things like slavery, death, race relations, religious persecution, physical assaults, hardships of all sorts. Um, and I've really tried to never shy away from difficult topics because I feel that once something is brought out into the light and discussed, it begins to lose some of its power because it can no longer hide. It then becomes the enemy that we know. So, with that being said, here's what's going on with me. About a month ago, I had a routine mammogram that showed some abnormalities. And I was called back to the diagnostic center for a contrast mammogram, and they still couldn't clear me. So I also had an ultrasound, and no go on that either. So I was invited back for a biopsy, which I had on the 9th of April. On the 11th, then I returned to the scene of the crime and was given the diagnosis of breast cancer. It's one lesion on the left side, and it is called an invasive lobular carcinoma. It's a grade 1. Lobular carcinoma has some sneaky characteristics to it, and it's very difficult to see and diagnose on imaging. So I'm really very lucky that it was picked up when it was. I was also told at the time that my lymph nodes looked clear on the contrast imaging, which is another good sign. But of course, upon hearing the word cancer, it's like someone has placed a plexiglass in front of your eyes and put you in a wet plastic bag because you just feel like your vision is fogged over, you can barely move, and you're just in fog. So the next day, I received a call from the medical center again, and the rest of my pathology report was in, and overall, I was told that it looked good. The area in question, and I don't call it a tumor, that gives it way too much power. The area in question likes the hormone estrogen, so that's a good thing. It has a lot of estrogen receptors. So, we know something, and now we have something to treat it with, and that would be estrogen suppression. So I'm sure that medication will be in my future. The other markers that they did on the biopsy were all good as well. It was confirmed that this is a very slow-growing cancer. That's what the grade 1 refers to. So besides suppressing estrogen, what else are they going to do? Well, I also met with a surgical oncologist on April 15th, and as a result of that, I am going to surgery on Friday, May 3rd. They'll remove the affected area only, so nothing radical needs to be done surgically. It will be done with a scope, and at the same time, it'll be biopsied again. and we'll learn even more about it. And the surgeon will also biopsy several lymph nodes from the area to be sure that they're clear of any cancer cells. So I've already now had 2 contrast studies, an MRI and mammogram, and they both showed clear lymph nodes. So I really don't anticipate any problem there. So right now, due to the size of the area and the fact that the lymph nodes show no sign of cancer, they are calling it a stage 1. So grade 1, slow growing, stage 1, caught early. And again, I'm very, very lucky. So, based on the final autopsy, autopsy, not a good word, based on the final biopsy that they will do at the surgery, then I'll get a medical oncologist and have a consult with that person. And we'll get a plan together for further treatment. Again, I'm sure it's going to be estrogen suppression. That's an oral medication. And the surgeon also indicated that I would most likely get radiation therapy for about 3 to 4 weeks. I would love to avoid that if possible, but I don't think that's going to work out. However, when it comes to chemo, that's still on the table. However, it's only a 40 to 50% chance that I'm going to need that. And from what I've read about this type of cancer and the stage and grade that I'm at, I really don't think that that's in my future either. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but let's keep a positive thought about that. There's no reason to believe I do need it either. So it turns out that the plexiglass over my face is actually a scuba mask, and the plastic bag that I'm wearing is really my diving suit, because they may feel awkward now, but I'm getting used to them as time goes on, and soon I'll need them because I'm being called upon to go on a deep sea hunt for killer mutant sharks called cancer. And these mutant sharks will take over the entire ocean unless I completely obliterate them with my arsenal of specialized harpoons and spear guns. And the oncologist and the oncology team are going to help me with those. They're going to help me select the best ones to kill these particular mutants so that they never bother me again. And the chances that I can rid the ocean of these mutant sharks and keep them away for at least a decade is up in the 90s. So we caught this problem very early on, and the outlook is good. So, how am I feeling about all of this? Well, there are good days and bad. None so dark as the first day after being told I had cancer. And when I feel angry, scared, or overwhelmed, I just do something else to divert my attention away from the bad place. Donna is a big help and support to me, of course, but I know that she feels scared and overwhelmed at times too. So we help each other, and we're still a team. And my medical team is great. I have a lot of people on my side. So far, no one's cheering for the sharks. So what do I need from you? Well, I need people in the boat, right? I need a team if I'm going to hunt mutant killer sharks. It's dark under the sea, and I'll need plenty of people to hold the light and help me find the way. So just the fact that I'm able to talk this out and say what I need to say to let you know what's going on with me really, really helps. Cancer has no power here. I'm going to keep right on making videos for as long as I can, and I'm going to do the best I can because I enjoy it. And I want to stay in contact with all of you. You're important to me, and that's why I'm letting you know what's going on. So, in closing, I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, not that. I'm going to ask you to talk to your doctor and be sure that you're getting all of your screenings, the ones that are right for you. Let him or her know of any symptoms you are concerned about. Family history is important, so be sure you're getting, again, the recommended testing at the right intervals. I have no symptoms at all. No physical signs of this. No family history. This was discovered on routine testing. But routine testing can't be routine unless you make it your routine. So I'm very glad that I did, and I hope that you will take that seriously. And guys, gentlemen, you are not off the hook. Everybody needs to be aware of these mutants that are among us. So I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great evening.